What's up guys, macadii here. Now today I'm bringing you guys the final battle of our NU session. We're against a guy called Andrew L91. And he has got quite a scary team, I must admit. He's got the Ferrocide, which is going to be causing us a couple of problems. Namely because we, apart from maybe the Focus Punch on the Golurk, we don't have a huge amount for that. This Archeops, as you guys know, I really don't like Archeops. Especially facing it. On top of that, he also has the Wheezing, which we have a few answers for, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem, and the Gallade as well. So, in terms of lead, I do anticipate the Archeops. I always forget what sort of speed Archeops is, so let's just have a quick meander through Archeops' stats. 110, so it is going to outspeed my team, which is a problem. So, it is going to be that really annoying set that I really dislike as well, I know for a fact. I'm very tempted to lead off with the Golurk, because apart from maybe the knockoff, which normally the lead set doesn't have, I think Oversized Hands is the way to go. Leads off with the Gallade. Okay, that's not particularly great. We can go out into Quagsire. I know I'm going to take a knockoff, as Quagsire always seems to be doing nowadays. And it's a Life Orb Gallade. Well, that's good to know. We can just go for an EQ here, just in case that Lantern decides to show up. The Wheezing shows up instead. Okay, that's not too bad. We can go for... I'm tempted to stay in and go for Scald here. Because if we can get Burn Off on this Wheezing, he does have the T-Spikes. Okay, that's going to be quite interesting. We can get rid of those though. And we are also a Levitating thing as well. So that's the advantage of Cryogonal. He goes down to the Ferrocide. And we don't snag a burn on this either, which is a real shame. But it does mean we could go out into a couple of things. We could go into the Uxie. But I have a feeling Leech Seed's coming. Let's have a look. Reaper can't really touch it. Let's go into Nut. He misses his Leech Seed. This is absolutely huge because we can go for the sub. And we're pretty much immune to this Ferrocide now. I think we can take a Gyro Ball very, very easily. No on-core user on his team, so we are able to just do what we want to do, really. Start setting up those hazards. We can spin later on. So, while it's a pain, I'm not too sad. Gyro Ball isn't breaking our sub, so that's really, really handy. We can go for another Calm Mind here. See what this guy has. He does break our sub after 2 Gyro Balls though, which is a shame, but we can go for another sub and just keep setting up from here. Goes out into the Gallade. Okay, well, we can go for a Psyshock on this guy. I know we're going to lose our sub, but I think we should KO, maybe? No, we don't KO. Nearly KO, but we do outspeed, and the Life Orb does take him down anyway. So we are in a relatively good position now. The only thing that he really has to outspeed and touch us is the Archeops. Which he goes out into now. Considering how much of a pain this thing is to my team, I'm happy to stay in and take whatever hit needs to be taken. We do bring him down to a defeatist range though, so we can Giga Drain this turn, and we're actually going to live one, which is really, really useful. And he does end up forfeiting anyway. So we're going to do another one because obviously that was only a couple of minutes long. So let's have a look for another one, shall we? Okay, so a guy called Jorgut. And he has the Mismagus. I really have a dislike of Mismagus. And I just realised as well, Mismagus does do a number on our team. But we'll handle it. We have a good team. So, in terms of his lead, I kind of anticipate the Rotom leading. Which may be Scarfed. So, Oversized Hands wouldn't be too bad a lead, actually. I'm not too mad if we led off with Oversized Hands, I think. Or would I? Maybe Reaper's the way to go. Let's go for Reaper. He goes out into the Gallade. Okay, so that's good. So we can get a free Aerial Ace, possibly. U-turn is probably the way to go. I mean, yeah, he is going to switch out. That's what I was probably predicting. So he does go 17%. Seems very, very low. So is this a defensive Rotom fan? As if so, no, we can't outspeed with Golurk. But we could go into Nut. 310 speed, we do outspeed, we can get a sub up. I think that might be the way to go. he has the leftovers. So this is a defensive Rotom fan, which is interesting. Does go for that Volt Switch. We are safe behind our sub, which means we can get a free hit off on something. Hopefully, oh, the Mismagius does come out. I just want some damage off on this, to be honest. Even if it means Nut does go down. 45% and a Shadow Ball. His Life Orb as well. Ooh, this is going to be good. Because we can sub up this turn. Just to make sure that we can take a... he's down below a point where we can KO him with Psyshock. So, he's not speed invested, which is really weird. Unless this is a modest one. Oh, it's modest. That's why. That's fair enough. So he goes out into the Liepard here. We can go out into a few things. Probably the Miltank, to be honest, because I know an Encore is coming my way. Or a knockoff. Okay, fair enough. What we can do, though, is we could set up our Rocks. He does have the Mantine, but I think Rocks is the way to go. Even if he does end up Encoring us later on, we can switch out. I'm not too scared about that. And I think we can take anything else this guy has to offer for us. But no, getting rid of that Mismagius is going to be absolutely huge, because that thing is really, really scary. Hopefully, we should be able to handle the rest of his team. I can't see much that we can set up on with Golurk. I guess the Rotom could be an option, but even then, the Rotom's still going to outspeed. That's the problem. He has got a very, very fast team, I must admit. But we'll have to see. So, did he reveal with the... he's not revealed the Gallade yet. Okay. I don't think. Mismagius... Nut. No, he's not revealed the... Oh, he had to reveal the Gallade to start with, but we don't know if that's Life or Gallade. Okay. Because if that... There's a chance that's AV. We'll have to see. But he is taking his time. He's got 90 seconds left. But no, this team seems to be doing really well. In terms of sort of wins and stuff like that. And it's a really, really fun team as well. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Have been enjoying it as much as I've done, because this team is a lot of fun. It's cheeky, and I like cheeky teams where you set up a cheeky sub and stuff like that. And it seems to be putting in good work, especially when Gallade's about. He does go for that U-turn, gets the crit. That's actually going to be a little bit of a pain. He goes out into his Gallade as we set up the Rocks. Well, we can go out into No Water for You, because apart from maybe Leaf Blade Gallade, which, considering his bulk up, he's not going to have the Leaf Blade. We can just go for a nice Scald. He has the Leaf Blade. The one Gallade with Leaf Blade. Okay, but what that does mean, though, is we can go out into... not the Golurk. We could go into Reaper here. Is an option. And we're just going to go for the Aerial Ace, just to get rid of this guy. That one Gallade running Leaf Blade. To be honest, that was the only real reason we needed the Quagsire. We do KO him as well, because there's no more real physical threats. He goes out into the Liepard, probably going for that foul play. So, we have Sinistar, could be an option, but we don't outspeed. This Liepard's a pain. We do really need Reaper, because it outspeeds the rest of his team. And it's going to be really, really key. I think Sinistar is probably the way to go, because we can take foul plays. He goes to the T-Wave. Okay. I see you, yeah. We're just going to go for a Freeze Dry, just in case he wants to switch out into that Mantine. We're pretty much safe from there, because we can do a massive amount to that. And I know it's a specially defensive beast, but the combination of Rocks and also the Freeze Dry, while it may not KO, we'll still do quite a lot. We just need this Liepard out of the way. Liepards are just a pain. They have a really, really good speed tier, and especially for NU, and access to foul play and all those supportive moves. Like, I'm a huge fan of it, but I hate fighting them. But he does go for the U-turn. That's fair enough. That was probably his most damaging hit, but it does mean something's going to have to take a Freeze Dry. And the only thing that can really take that is the Mesprit, which may be around to set up Rocks. We'll have to see. But even if Sinistar goes down, we can still... the only way he will be going down is if the Mesprit comes out, because we can do a massive amount to that Rotom. And I don't even know if the Rotom can KO after that, because we have a really good amount of special defense. It's just its physical defense is just Absolutely terrible. Goes out into the Mesprit as a freeze dry. 45% is really respectable, actually. We can go for another freeze dry right here, as we can't take a psychic, but it does mean we get another free switch out into Reaper, and we are good to go from there, because we can go for a lovely U-turn. Yep, we're going to go for the U-turn. Oh, he's scarfed. Okay, fair enough. I see, yeah. Blimey, I wasn't expecting that to be scarfed, I must admit. Normally, they're sort of bulky offensive or something like that. Let's see. What's the best switch from here? I mean, Moo Cow is an option, because we outspeed a lot of this team. And the Liepard can't KO us from there. I think that that's the way to go. Let's go for Moo Cow. Goes out into the Liepard here. We're just going to go for the Milk Drink, as a knockoff isn't going to be able to KO, but we can go for that Milk Drink. Even if he uncalls us into Milk Drink, I'm not even mad. Yep, he does, but it does mean we can heal up, which is really, really fine in my book. Let's see. So we need Nut. Nut is our win condition right now. Oversized Hands could be an option. It's probably our weakest mon, to be honest. Let's go out into Oversized Hands, because he's gonna go for that T-Wave, so we're fine with that. And I'm almost tempted to sub. Like, I'm that close to subbing, but I don't think it's worth it. I think I'm going to click Shadow Punch. He does end up just knocking off and KOing us. That's okay, because we can go out into Moo Cow again if we wanted to. Yeah, we're going to have to go out into Moo Cow. Moo Cow is our stop to this Liepard. We can go for the Body Slam as he goes out into the Rotom. Really not doing a huge amount. But we have Heal Bell and everything like that, so we can stall this guy out. Let's just keep going for that. Get as much damage off on this Rotom as possible. Even if he has the Pain Split, I'm not too mad, because he can't switch the Liepard in, because he can't take Body Slams at all, really. As he has the Will-O-Wisp, though, that's the only problem. I think what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to go out into Nut here. And take an Air Slash, and we're going to have to sub up and hope he doesn't switch. Because we can Giga Drain the Liepard, and I think Giga Drain may be a 2-hit KO with rocks. I think we're going to Giga Drain this turn. Because I think he's going to switch, because he's seen me sub up on it before. He might even Volt Switch. Let's Giga Drain. Let's Giga Drain in case he decides to Volt Switch. Actually, then, so tricky. We're going to have to Giga Drain. This Rotom might end up being the end of us. Because I guess we can fix the burn on the Miltank. Actually, all is not lost. But, we shall have to see. I probably should have healed up with the Miltank, thinking about it. But I saw an opportunity and I was like, I should take it. So let's see what this guy decides to go out into. Once he finally decides to make his move, we'll see. Because if he goes down to the Mantine, I can sub and I can start Calm Minding on doing all that sort of stuff. But the Liepard, Liepard's Encore is going to really mess me about. But once I get him down to a point, how much did a U-turn did like absolutely nothing, didn't it? 17%. I have got knockoff, but knockoff is only going to do about 35% tops, maybe 30%. He's got 40 seconds, so he may be just giving up, which is surprising because he's definitely got the upper hand here. Or he's just thinking incredibly hard. We shall have to see. But yeah, as I said, I'm really happy with the team. There are a few problems with it, like it struggles with Miss Magus and Liepard, but I'm not really sure how to fix that. Maybe something with the Cardinal. I'm not too sure, because it always seems to just die a lot faster than meant to. I guess I probably throw it about a bit too much. Oh, he does it at the last second, and he does end up burning us. Okay. That's a pain. We're gonna go... How much does Air Slash do to Moo Cow? 22.5, so we can't switch him that. This is a real pain. We're going to have to just sack off on Nut, I think. As he does Volt Switch, and he's going to go out into the Liepard, but he's got to Encore, which means we can go out into Miltank. Actually, yes, he doesn't have to. He can just knock off. Yeah, he's got us here. That was really well played, because if it was whether I went for the sub or not, because if I'd have gone for the sub that turn, and then he'd be in a bit of a predicament from there. Actually, no, he wouldn't be, because yeah, he would be, because his Will-O-Wisp would fail. But I'm not sure what he's going to go for now. Probably go out into the Liepard, because the Liepard is going to screw us over, I think. If Scyther had a tiny bit more speed, it'd be ridiculously good. Especially in the NU tier. It's just that how Liepard, let's just see. I think I looked at Liepard last this battle. Let's see, 106. Yeah, it's a really trolley speed tier. And Psyshock, he is just gonna encore us, unfortunately. But we're just gonna have to let Nut go. Because with the burn and everything like that, we're just gonna have to go back out into Miltank and just recover up. That's our only real option. But the Rotom's actually gonna be really low. That's one thing to note. Is after rocks, the Rotom's gonna be disgustingly low. And it may come down to whether or not if we can get rid of this Liepard, we have a chance. So it's not all over yet, but it's got a pretty good chance of us losing here. Let's see. He is taking his time to choose his moves, which is fair enough, to be honest. Like these last few turns are always the ones that decide the match. So if he wants to take his time a little bit, as long as he doesn't sort of run it all the way down to 10 seconds. It annoys me when people do that, just sort of as a tactic to win. He does set off the battle, so I'm putting the timer back on. Because I'm trying to entertain here, and I can't be sitting here for ages and ages while he decides his moves. Yeah, what's he gonna go for? He's got to go for the Encore. It's his safest play. I guess he doesn't want me to go out into the Miltank. But even then, after burn, I'm gonna die anyway. So, because with a combination of burn and knockoff, where's the knockoff? Yeah, 25.3. That will be the end of that. So I think what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna cut till when he decides to make his move. So I'll see you guys in a sec. Okay, so he ends up leaving, which is just I don't even know. So I think we had a chance of winning. It's difficult to say, but anyway, I had a really good time with this team, and I hope you guys liked the team as much as I did. And yeah, so next week we will be starting with our Mega Altaria session. I was just itching to do some NU. Hadn't, as I said, after that little session that we had, I was gunning to have another go at it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the battle and you've enjoyed the session overall and everything like that. And I will see you guys at our next session. Macadii out.